Hello and welcome everyone to the latest episode of the Reverse Sweep Show. As ever, this is your host SS and joining me as ever is my co-host AB. But this is a special episode. We have got a new guest in the house, Abhishek from Mumbai, popularly known as the Dibbly Dobbly Man on Instagram. He's got a lot of followers and he posts really interesting content and we thought that it could be a really interesting guest to come on to our show. First of all, welcome Abhishek. But more importantly, for our audience, listeners, and viewers, you have to tell us why the handle.
Thank you so much, SS. Thanks, guys. So basically, we all are, cricket fans since quite some time now. I mean, I've been watching cricket since my childhood, and I was always intrigued with this term "Dibbly Dobbly Man." Probably it sort of associates with my personality as well. I mean, I am not a guy who would be in your face all the time. I'll be, you know, at the back, rather looking rather innocuous and stuff, but I'll do my job, wherever called for, whether it is, you know, at home or, whether I'm playing for a team or maybe, at my work or wherever. So I think I always used to love this term and I was always looking out for an interesting name, that people will recollect, very easily. And hence, I think it just came up. So it's a mixture of sort of my own nature as well as my love for the game and the love for the terms, the different jargons that cricket throws up. And yeah, that's about it.
That's very interesting, Abhishek, and good to have you here. And when we were talking about doing a podcast together, we thought it would be very interesting to take a play around the Instagram handle that you have. So today's episode is around the idea of a Dibbly Dobbly man in cricket. So we are going to create a hypothetical 11 in a draft format and composed of all Dibbly Dobbly players in white ball format. And as I said, this will be a draft format pick between Abhishek and SS. I'll be the moderator. And we'll go snake style. So the first person gets one pick, followed by two picks each. And to end off, we'll also select the captain and the vice captain. But before we start, a couple of things. We'll have some constraints. So none of the players should be a frontline bowler. And second, the wicket keeper, of course, is a big challenge. So I give you a wild card in wicket keepers. You can select any wicket keeper that you want, just that they should be a dibbly dobbly equivalent of a batter. So they should not be good batters. Quick timeout. If you are loving this dive into cricket's wild twists and turns, hit that like button and subscribe to the Reverse Sweep Show.
And if you've got that one friend who can't stop talking about cricket, share this episode with them and bring them into the squad.
And to begin, I want to ask both of you what are the principles that you're looking out for? What kind of players are you really looking out for? And how will you approach this? Any principles that you are thinking of? Maybe SS, I'll start with you this time.
Yeah, this will be one of the most interesting draft challenges either I have viewed as a audience or being a part of because in a way you are selecting the absolute, middling guys and trying to make a team out of it and compete with another person over here, which is Abhishek. So trying to find wickets, but also not compromising on batting quality and depth because we are making a white ball team. There is no surface constraint as well. If it was English conditions, I would have preferred a certain kind of dibbly dobbly bowlers. So there is a lot to think about, but it will be a very interesting exercise. I think I would try to see if I can strengthen my batting early on, but maybe I'm giving my strategy away. Abhishek, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned while introducing as well, the term. So these guys basically, have been the ones who have, always come into a game whenever they've been called up. Whether it is to pick up a wicket, break a partnership, or even to put a stranglehold on the batting for some time. So I think across, I would, in my squad will have certain players who would definitely be good batters because that is something that any team requires, and especially in today's world, we need a longer batting lineup and stuff. So obviously, I'll look at that, but I'll also go in a traditional way as well where I'll have hitters in the lower middle order as well, and then probably look at how I can keep a strong tail as well, and not a too longish tail. So that will be my strategy out here. So even though I'm giving it out, but I think it won't really matter too much.
Cool, then we'll start. So, what I will do is I'll just randomize to see who gets the first pick. So, it is USS. You have the
Wow.
first pick.
Wow. As I gave my strategy away, I want to pick a really good batter who is also a classic Dibbly Dobbly bowler. I've got many names that I'm trying to think, and I want to pick a really good batter who will fill the template of modern ODI cricket or white ball cricket. I'll pick Nathan Aspel actually from New Zealand. One of my personal favorites growing up when I used to follow New Zealand cricket. Um, he has a strike rate of around 75, but I think that's a outcome of the era that he batted in. If he was batting in today, he would be averaging much better. Even I think he averages around 35. But who can forget his knock against England in the fourth innings, trying to chase that big 550 target and nearly winning the game for New Zealand. And he was a handy bowler as well. I think he used to bowl quite regularly in the middle overs in ODI cricket. So Aspel for me as my first pick.
Yeah, a definite WWE bowler at that. And I think it was a double hundred that he scored, which at that time was one of the fastest, right?
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. In the same test match, Thorpe made a faster double hundred, and then Astle broke in the same test match.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think my early memory of Nathan Astle would be the 1996 World Cup game against England. It was the first match of the World Cup, and he scored 100 there as well. I was very young at that time, and probably my first World Cup that I was actually watching. And he just came out and just went all guns blazing. Hitting. I think it was Peter Martin at that time in the English bowling, and there was Darren Goff, Dominic Cork, and he just stepped down and hit them over their heads. And Tony Greig was going crazy. So I think that was my first look at Nathan Astle, and I think I became a fan of his since then. And I think I totally go with what SS has mentioned.
Amazing. So Abhishek, now your turn. Who are your two picks? You get two picks this time.
Yeah. So as SS mentioned, that we'll go with a really good, batter right up top. Who better than the master blaster himself, Sachin Tendulkar? So I'll start off with him because obviously he later on started bowling a lot of off spin and leg spin depending on the kind of conditions and the kind of batters that he came against. But at the beginning of his career, obviously he used to bowl a lot of seam ups, and he was really good at swinging the ball both ways. And two, or rather three incidents, if I have to recall. I'm sure you all will be aware of them as well. I mean, one against West Indies, where he helped in tying that game against them, where he got I think Andy Cummins out of the last ball, and then there was this Hero Cup which he won the semi final for us, where Brian McMillan couldn't score off the last ball. And then there was another one in the Titan Cup where Brad Hodge got run out. It was a run out, but still he bowled the last over. So I think, and all those were seam ups. I mean, he wasn't bowling spin at that time. So yeah, I mean, he was a pretty handy bowler at that time. He got us wickets whenever required, broke partnerships, kept it tight. So that typical guy that I was talking of, and I don't have to talk about his batting anyways.
I think you have already won the competition. We should stop the show right now because you completely bowled us with this one. I did not even think about it, Sachin. We could also incorporate in WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sachin would like it. He would consider himself like an ultra fast bowler,
Yeah,
but
I also have to admit it's not something which came to my mind when I was thinking about this list, but I have to give it to you that he did bowl seam up quite a bit.
yeah.
I think he could do everything on a cricket field that was required of him, and seam up bowling was one of them. And he also won us matches, as Abhishek you mentioned, with seam up. So this is a close call, SS,
Yeah.
and I already feel sorry for you, but then I have to give this to Abhishek.
no, actually, I would want to say that Nathan Astle was going to be my second pick. So SS has already, sort of made things a little bit more difficult for me. But yeah, Tendulkar would definitely. Who wouldn't want to go with Tendulkar?
There is one more batter from India that you can pick and completely close SS down
Come
on
on.
this
Come
draft
on.
pick.
Don't give this away.
I'm not giving away the names.
Yeah, I understand, but because we want to, get this competition going, I'll
God.
probably take a step back and not mention that batter out here, so that there is good healthy competition among the two teams at the end of you know this draft. And I'll go for very, it would be a surprise for you guys, but I'll go with Tom Moody as
Yeah.
my second
Hmm.
pick.
Yeah. Very good
He
pick.
basically, had a lot of experience. He was a part of the 1987 World Cup winning squad. He was again part of the
99.
1999 World Cup winning squad. Currently, being associated with so many teams as a head coach. So, a decent seam up bowler, typical Dibbly Dobbly guy. If you have seen, some of
Yeah.
his bowling that he must have done, in the 90s. And he opened the batting as well for Australia on certain occasions, and which is why I think he could fit in as an opener in my lineup as well. Actually, there's an interesting thing which I read a few days back. It was about, I think, before Adam Gilchrist was opening, Tom Moody was opening in that particular series for Australia with Mark Waugh. And I think they had lost 2 to 3 games against South Africa at that time. Steve Waugh wanted to make a slight change in the batting order just to make change things, a little bit. And he got Adam Gilchrist to open in place of Tom Moody, and Tom Moody said, "Okay, fine, you can go ahead with it. Did not make too much fuss about it. I think probably his nature as well." And the rest is history. You see where Australia were after Gilchrist was promoted. So yeah, I think Tom Moody had opened decently for Australia, so I'll go with him. Yeah.
Yeah, really good pick as well. I think Tom Moody was
Amazing pick.
in one of my mind. I think his action was like a testament to all the dibbly dobbly bowlers. Very, very dibbly dobbly action as well. But
Yeah.
that's a really smart pick. I think you're already way ahead of me already in the game.
Let's see, SS, if you can
Yeah.
now make a comeback. Who are your two picks?
I was just thinking over after the Sachin pick and how you bamboozled me, but I was also thinking what kind of bowlers Sachin did not like facing in his career. And there was a certain kind of bowlers he did not like facing, and those are the dribbly dobbly bowlers. So I think I have got an antidote to Sachin. His image was tarnished later on in his career, but he troubled Sachin a lot. And Sachin, I think, in a couple of interviews also name dropped him. Hansi Cronje would be my pick. I think he will slot in my middle order at probably 5 or 6. Yet to decide, but we can do it at 6. Also, a good leadership candidate as well in my team, and especially if you're playing in seaming conditions, which are helpful, he could be a real handful. So Cronje will be my pick in the middle order.
That's a really good pick. I, in fact, remember one story. I'm forgetting who was at the other end batting along with Sachin, but Sachin gave him a deal that I will take on Alan Donald and you take on Hansi Cronje for me. That is
Probably Azhar, but yeah, that was a deal. I remember that conversation
Yeah.
being read out a lot in the media. Mm,
Cronje was someone who not just troubled Sachin, but I think a lot of Indian. In fact, I was just going through, and I don't know, maybe I'll just quickly talk about this. Mostly these WW bowlers have their highest wickets against Indians. Probably, I don't know why, but probably maybe because we like a lot of pace on the ball, because we don't have that much strength to hit them. I don't know what it is, or rather what it was. But whatever that I've gone through and I've seen these, the stats, these kind of bowlers have their most wickets against India. So for some reason, I don't know
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is.
No, I think it is indeed. I think anecdotally, if I think about it, we did really struggle against these bowlers a lot. So yeah, it's a Cronje for more than one reason, but more like an antidote to Sachin. I need to have this. For the second pick, also getting inspired by your Sachin pick, and also you have already mentioned that guy in another context. I'm going to pick Steve Waugh. He started off with a fast medium, if I'm not wrong, early on his career, but his pace reduced over time as he got more inclined to batting. But he's an exceptional batter, one of the best batters, at least in Test cricket. But again, big clutch batter in big games. So 5 and 6, Voy and Cronje. I think I'm sorted in the middle order.
I see you're doubling down on your middle order and your leadership group in the team.
Exactly.
Amazing. Now, Abhishek, over to you. Your two picks.
Sure. Now that SS has strengthened his leadership group, I think I also need to, get sort of a leader in, because I think two of the major guys is someone that SS has picked when it has come against Sachin. So I think I'll probably go for the next big Indian guy, which is Saurav Ganguly. I think he was another one who basically was very dominant in terms of in helping conditions. Basically, got wickets whenever required, kept things tight as well. So Dada will definitely feature as one of my Dibbly Dobbly guys, in that middle order, and especially
Although
coming at number.
Dada will hate to be called a dibbly dobbly baller.
Yeah, I'm sure, but yeah, I think there's something that where he would have, if he would have bowled a little bit more quicker, maybe I would have called him something else. But I think for now we will actually look to him to lead the team and come in and chip in whenever wickets are required from him. So I think I'll go with Dada at number 3.
You can also actually have the opening partnership of Sachin and Saurav whenever you want to.
Yeah, exactly. So that is why that was another thing that I was thinking, that I'll get a left-hander as well. So whenever I need to shift him up and down the order, I can easily do that. At least till number 3. Below that, I don't know how much happy, like you mentioned in terms of bowling, in terms of batting, how much happy would it be? If I shift him any further down. So he's my number 3. Also, I'll look someone to come. If at all I have to look at number 6. That will be Andrew Simons. I think although he bowled
Yeah.
quite few spin, he used to bowl spin as well along with seam ups, but he did bowl seam ups in seaming conditions and was pretty decent in terms of the wickets that he picked and against good bowler against good batting orders. So I think whenever he was required, he used to come up and deliver the goods. So I think Andrew Simons is someone that I would pick in my lineup. Yep.
And he's an absolute match winner. I remember the World Cup innings against Pakistan, was it, where he
Yeah.
completely demolished them with a 140 odd and won the match for Australia?
Yeah, and it was on the back of Shane Warne being sent back
Yeah.
home. So I think the Australians might have been down, but it was barely ever that it happened that the Australians were ever down. But I think that must have been a blow to them. But Andrew Simons just dominated, and what a bowling lineup that was. And eventually Sachin also did the same. But that first game, it was just brilliant.
You can say that Andrew Simons was a dibbly dobbly bowler, but definitely not the personality of a dibbly dobbly. He was always in your face all the time and very competitive and a match winner through and through. So I have to say a good pick, Abhishek.
Yeah.
I says it's a tall task for you now.
Yeah, I think Abhishek keeps coming up with these names that I have blanked out on. But fair shouts. I can raise the claim that you did mention in the introduction that WWE have to be innocuous, but maybe also from personality perspective, Andrew Simons definitely isn't. But fair play to you. Uh, Also, I remember in that game, Australia were tottering. I think they were like 50 for 4 or 37 for 4. I don't remember. And then Simons walks in and makes those big runs. Exceptional cricketer, such a match winner. And I now need to make my 2 picks again. It's like I'm playing catch up all the time. I'm trying to neutralize what Abhishek is doing. And I worry, but I've got 2 picks in my mind. I'm going to pick Karen Pollard. This is white ball team, and I need impact. Now I can also see Voy and Cronier moving up at some order, maybe at 4, 5, 6. But right now, yeah, Pollard at 7. Handy bowler. People always used to think that he should bowl more, he should move faster with that physique that he had. But at least for this exercise that we are doing, I'm so happy that he was a daily doubly bowler so that he could slot in my team. So Pollard for me, batting, fielding as well, outfielding, exceptional catching ability. But again, David Oliver can be a golden arm for my team as well.
And he has such a extensive match winning experience, right? He's a big match player. So many championships that he has won, not just for West Indies, but across the world. For
Yeah,
Mumbai Indians, he has been such an impact player. So yeah, good pick.
Yeah, always
Who's your
always
next?
think these West Indians of this era would have done so much more for their team. Yeah, I mean they have done so much for the franchises that they have played for, but very little when it comes to the national. I mean whatever the island or the team that they play for. But yeah, I mean that is one thing that is a bit disappointing. But otherwise, fabulous pick there.
yeah. Yeah, for the second pick, now I'm just trying to optimize because I've got many options. No one really stands out to me, but maybe I could play passive and let's see what Abhishek leaves me for the table, even though that's very dangerous going looking at how he's playing the game right now. But I am going to pick again somebody impactful. So you have got Sachin, Moody, and Ganguly. I would say, apart from Sachin, those are two very conservative openers. And I need to neutralize with some impact right at the top. I've got Astle, who I believe no one can match Sachin, but at least in terms of strike rate, he can go for it. So I need somebody to be impactful. This guy can also bat in the middle order. I can go with Jesse Ryder. He used to bowl him up, and he has made some really good test innings versus India. I know he is 160 odd versus India, but he could also strike the ball heavy. So if I was chasing a huge target against this Dibbly Dobbly 11 of Abhishek, I need quick runs at the top. For me, Ryder as an opener could be a wild pick, but if it works out, it could be really good.
I know, SS, you are very fond of Jesse Ryder. I think a few times that you have brought him up on this podcast. But yeah, fair enough. I give it to you. So you have your two picks. Now over to Abhishek. I see none of you has picked a bowler so far.
All
So
our
maybe is
bowlers.
that the
Everyone is
direction?
a
We both,
bowler.
I think, mentioned we wanted strong batting lineups first, and then we look at bowlers. But yeah, I mean, now that you have brought it up, I'll definitely, at least go for one, which is like for me, like the guy when it comes to Dibbly bowling, who's Gavin Larson from
Yeah.
New Zealand. I think he was my inspiration basically for this name as well. If I have to, pick a guy who I associate with this term basically. Terrific in terms of what an economy rate, man. I mean, I know that he used to bowl in a different era altogether, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, 3.7 is the economy rate that
Yeah,
he
that's
he
really strong.
was
Yeah.
that he had, and that was for about what 113 odd wickets that he took. So I think and he bowled a lot as well. It's not like and when I look at the stats, he was consistent throughout, right from 92 when he started to the time that he ended. He bowled similar amount of overs every year, and he got similar amount of wickets as well. So a very consistent guy who will definitely come in and give you some stability if the opposition has got to a flying start and nothing is working. He'll come in, probably keep things tight and make sure that the runs are not leaked, and maybe chip in a wicket with a wicket or two as well. So I think I'll definitely go with Gavin Larson out here. So that's one bowler now because AB brought it up. And I'll come back to my middle order now. At number 5, if there is a collapse up top, and this guy has done it enough number of times for India in the 90s, Robin Singh is someone that I would go with. Again, another left-hander in the middle order always helps in basically rotating the strike and putting the bowlers off. And Robin Singh definitely in terms of batting, what all he has done, but always comes in and definitely chips in with a few wickets here and there, and does a decent job with the ball as well, and a terrific fielder just like Andrew Simon. So if we have a couple of slow movers like Tom Moody and Saurav Ganguly in the team, I think Robin and Andrew Simons will make up, sort of balance the fielding bit out as well. Yeah.
Nice pick there. Robin Singh, I remember it was the 99 World Cup, India versus Australia. India had actually had a collapse, if I remember correctly, and Robin Singh and Ajay Jadeja stitched together a really nice partnership.
We eventually lost that game, but yeah, I
Eventually
mean,
lost, yeah.
for
Yeah.
me, one peculiar innings of Robin Singh would be the one that he played at PAL, I guess, in South Africa against Zimbabwe. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was one heck of a knock, man. What brilliant strokes, and just got us through on the other side of the line. But unfortunately, we tied that game, I think. Yeah.
So I see one trend in both the teams. SS is going for all the captaincy candidates, and Abhishek, you're going for all the coaching candidates in the team with Tom Moody and Robin Singh. But now over to you, SS. Your two picks. Maybe you want to look at the bowlers now. Otherwise, Abhishek will also take up those spots.
Yeah, I was just thinking about uh, this thing that how should I now balance my next two picks. I've got couple of more captaincy options coming in my mind, and they fit the number 3 and number 4 quite well. I'm just hoping against hope that maybe I will play a bluff and Abhishek will not come on to those guys and I can pick them in the next round. Or should I just, bank it and then just go for the bowling later on? Well, let me see. I will pick Paul Collingwood, World T20 winning captain, decent batter. I think he's an average of 35 and did used to bowl as well. He can come in as number 4 for me. And again, I mean, he used to bowl quite regularly for England in the middle overs in the rules era of ODI cricket where you can afford to bring in a lot of dibbly dobbly bowlers in the middle. But decent cricketer and good
And
average,
an
at
amazing
least.
fielder.
Oh yeah, who can forget his? That way I'm neutralizing Andrew Simons as well now. Somebody who's a great fielder within the ring, excellent fielder as well. So that will be one pick from my side. For the other pick, I'm thinking whether to just double down on my batting number 3 position. I've got a name in my mind, but maybe I just take a risk over here. I know I've given it away by mentioning number 3, but I think Abhishek will not be worried because his top order is quite sorted. So he might not want to worry, give more focus on that direction. So I can look at my bowling while also making sure that we have good batting depth. I am looking at Chris Harris coming down the order at number 8, possibly. He used to bowl quite regularly. I remember he used to have really good swing at couple of times as well. I remember a game against Sri Lanka, probably in Colombo, and where the keeper was up. Parore was up keeping because obviously it's a WW bowler, but I could see the swing coming in straight into the batter each time. The batter was able to navigate because I think it was De Silva at that point of time, great batter. But you could think that Chris Harris had skills, and he was a decent enough batter when you are going for a long chase. He will be there. He had good partnerships with couple of other names which I don't want to mention because I may want to include them in my team. But Chris Harris for me, I think is a very nice number 8 batter.
For sure, I like that pick, SS, and I think you're really strengthening your middle order, lower middle order. That is where you are focused so much. And Chris Harris, I remember all those times when he was troubling the Indians with the bat, with the ball. So good pick there. And Paul Collingwood, I personally didn't think you would pick Paul Collingwood specifically when you had Steve and Hansi Cronier, but I see where you're going with that. Now, Abhishek, your turn. Two picks.
Yeah, I think he's got a very good lower middle and lower middle order now as SS. So I think I look to sort of counter that somehow by picking my number 4 batsman out here. I think he was a very good batsman, and whenever required, just like Chris Harris came in and bowled his dibbly dobbly stuff whenever New Zealand required it. His name was Macmillan.
I knew
Craig
that was
McMillan.
coming. He's a better batter than Chris Harris, and I was wondering who to go for. But yeah,
Yeah, so Craig McMillan would be my number 4 bat because I think that will sort of stabilize my middle order as well with Ganguly, McMillan, and then Robin Singh and Andrew Simons. And I would still stay down under and go with Ian Harvey as my
that's a
next
nice
pick
pick.
for number 7. That will sort of give me good hitting power as well with with Singh, Simons, and Harvey. And Harvey definitely, with his whole cutters and slower ones, back of the hand deliveries, will be very handy, at the death overs as well. So I think that probably, sort of, completes the batting sort of for me is what I feel. Although the next picks will also, be someone who can at least wouldn't be mugs with the bats, but this will sort of complete my batting is what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I see you've picked your top 7, and that's been a priority for you. And good picks at that. Now, SS, how are you going to counter that?
Yeah, Craig McMillan was somebody who was I was thinking and debating with Harris, but I did not have. I think I covered a lot with my batting already, so I was like, okay, let me go with Chris Harris. Ian Harvey was in my mind. I was just hoping against hope that Abhishek misses that out and I get to pick him because I think he was a genuine, really good bowler, flummoxed the batsman, and yeah, I think with that bowling attack Australia had, he was just like another ace up their sleeve whenever they felt that they needed to give some variety to the batter and he would come on. He used to have a very good slower delivery, the back of the hand slower delivery as well. Used to bowl the slower Yorkers also, I remember. Really flummox the
Yeah.
batters.
For
So
bouncers.
yeah. So he was like almost like an innovator in a way. So in white ball cricket. So Kudos to you for picking Harvey. Now I've got to.
You guys also have a wicket keeper to pick. So whenever you want
Yeah,
to, but you
yeah,
need to
yeah,
have a keeper in your squad.
We will
yeah,
go. That will be the last choice, I guess, for us.
yeah. Yeah, I think me and Abhishek both have a similar strategy around wicket keepers. That we will probably leave it till the end, however long we want to leave. So okay, I have got a number three to fill. I have a certain name, and I don't think Abhishek is going to pick because he's already quite sorted with his batting and top order specifically. I have got a number nine and number 10 as well as a keeper to pick. So two picks for me right now. I have got some options. A lot of these are middle order options, which I'm pretty covered as well. So I'm trying to ignore and see how can I get in somebody. I will go with a Zimbabwean who used to bowl and do some lusty hitting, Mr. Craig Irvine, if I'm not wrong. I think he was really good. Can slot it at number nine for me and can give me those fast runs if needed, long chase, and we need 10 of two, or he can slog it. And also amongst all the Zimbabwean options I was looking at, Zimbabwe produced really good cricketers in late 90s and early 2000s, and a lot of them were falling in this Dibbly Dobbly category. I think he stood out for me. Uh, and then I am also again back looking at number three. Should I go for this right now, or should I still look for bowlers? Maybe bowlers could be the way to go around it. I will actually. Maybe should I go for a wicket keeper right now and just lock in a good wicket keeper batter? Is it necessary, AB, that we have to pick a wicketkeeper batter who has played ODI cricket or T20 cricket?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a constraint we put. He has to have played ODIs or 20 white ball format, but needs to be a Dibbly Dobbly equivalent of a batter.
Yeah. Yeah. That is there. I will actually pick. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about who as a bowler I can pick now. It's actually good. Okay. I will pick the other Zimbabwean. I will pick Guy Whittle. He used to also come in along. So his brother was a spinner, and he used to be a Dibbly Dobbly right arm medium, I think. And but yeah, decent batter. So he can exchange with Harris and Irvine depending upon situation. If you need a blocker to support a top order or middle order batter, he could do that well. So Guy Whittle for me at lower down the order, maybe at number 10.
Definitely
Amazing.
a better batter than number 10 for sure. I mean,
Sure,
he
yeah,
I think could have easily fit in that lower middle order as well, and
yeah.
quite I mean a regular in terms of bowling as well. Not like
Economical as well. He could hold one
yeah,
end
yeah,
up.
yeah, very much.
Going by how things are, SS, I think your keeper might come in at number 11 then.
Yeah, might be. Or could be number three. I don't know.
What
Like a
Or
who,
could be
who
number
were you
3, yeah.
thinking of before you asked AB about whether he should have played ODI and T?
Yeah, I was thinking that can I have a keeper at number 10, 11 with Joshua De Silva of West Indies? I think he has a test 100, but I don't know if he has played ODI cricket or probably has debuted and hasn't played further along. But I was like, okay, I can have other wicketkeeper picks. Let me pick Guy Whittle.
Okay, so yeah, so yeah, for me, I said that my batting would sort of be okay now, but the next guy that I want to pick probably is someone who could bat. Definitely, he's open for West Indies as well, but I think he's a guy who can come in and pick chip in with wickets as well, and is a wonderful fielder himself. Again, as AB mentioned, I am looking at sort of coaches that are in the in the mix at the moment. He's Phil Simmons,
Yeah,
the
that's a very good
former
pick.
West Indian all rounder. Even he was someone who I really loved watching as a kid. With his sort of action as well, which was pretty deeply doubly in nature, similar to a Tom Moody. So yeah, Phil Simmons would feature at number 8. Even I could shift him up and down in order wherever required, and he could hit some lusty blows himself. So I think at number 8 he will contribute some runs for me. So he's another one. Now I'm thinking about the wicket keeper because I want to see who SS goes for in terms of his bowler. I have one, two decent bowlers who are at the back end as well. So I think for a wicket keeper, I'm thinking that there haven't been many wicket keepers, to be honest, who have not been able to handle the bat quite well. I think they have not featured in a team, say post probably a Gilchrist era or a Kaluvitarna era, like from '96
I
onwards.
think, yeah, you might have
Every
to go back in
team
time to
had at least a
80s.
decent bat, yeah, in terms of a wicket keeper. So it's a very tough one. It's
You
an
can
irony that we are looking for a Dibbly Dobbly bowlers lineup, and we are struggling to find a wicket keeper. So
you can look at someone who won a World Cup, the first World Cup for India. You can look at someone there,
yeah,
or
of course. I
someone in
mean,
between pre-Dhoni era, pre-Nayan Mongia era, in fact, or between
yeah.
Mongia and Dhoni. You can look there.
I think I'll go with someone who represented us in the 1992 World Cup, Kiran More. He
Hmm.
was, sort of. He was a handy bat, I would say. He wasn't someone who would come in and score a half century and all for you. But I remember this one game against Australia itself, the one that we lost, if you remember, in the 1992 World Cup, where Javagal Srinath had a 4 or a 6 to hit, and we could manage only 2 runs, I think, of the last ball, and we lost. I think Steve Waugh was bowling that over, so kudos to Dibbly Dobbly bowler that way. But yeah, Kiran More in that game had scored two wonderful boundaries and got us back into the game. Where we were, falling short of runs at the end, and we didn't have too many wickets in hand as well. And that is something that I remember. So he was gutsy. You remember his antics with Javed Miadad as well.
Javed Miadad, yeah.
Yeah, so never afraid to be in the ears of the batsman. So I think a kind of a cheeky wicket keeper, I would say, who would help you get 10, 15 runs here and there, and sort of distract the batsman. Very good against spinners, because obviously wicket keepers in Mumbai, because of the wickets out here, are very good when it came to helping the spinners out with wickets on such tracks. One thing about More that I would also mention is that he was the guy who dropped Graham Gooch when he got the 333. So I
Yeah.
think Graham Gooch was just about no runs at all when he was dropped. So I'll keep that aside for now, but I'll go with Kiran More because of the kind of contribution that he could make to this squad. So yeah,
Against,
so those are my
and then one
Simmons and More.
one Kiran Morista that I was bamboozled by, like mind blown by, was that he averages around 13 in ODI cricket across 90 odd matches. And was Kiran More also a coach at some point of time? Definitely a part of the selection committee, right?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
associated. He was also associated with the women's cricket. I think I don't know
Yes.
whether he is now or not.
Yeah.
Mm. So definitely are looking at those kind of players who eventually went on to take up those roles. Now it's just over to you. Your final two picks. You have number
This is going to be
3
very interesting.
and a wicket keeper open.
Yeah. So I definitely have to pick a wicket keeper. And then I have enough batting that I can try to pick more of a bowler than a batter.
More, yeah.
Or
You
I
have
can
you
just
have Paul Collingwood, Steve Waugh, Hansi Crony, Karen Pollard. Karen Pollard coming at number 7 after Steve Waugh and Hansi Crony. You definitely have that batting. Yeah.
or I don't care about it. I just beef it up with another batter or a hitter and just smother because on the other side I see Tendulkar and Ganguly and I was like, okay, I need to somehow balance. So the other strategy is to beef up the batting because this is white ball cricket at the end of the day. But anyways, I will leave the number 3 decision for now, or the number or another bowler decision for now, and just get the keeper out of the way. I will get inspired by Abhishek and pick an Indian keeper. Won a World Cup. Could hang around. I think he hung around with Kapil Dev in the past in one of the innings as well. Seth Kirmani for me, so that he can slot it very comfortably at number 11 in this. And that also gives you a hint, irrespective I pick a bowler or a batter. I mean, I have got my number 11 sorted. Now, as I was thinking, I was looking at the possible bowling options available for me. There could be some, but nothing really springs out. And I will double down on the strategy of just beefing up my batting. Now I have got few names, whether I go for a hitter or like a classical batter of the 90s or 2000s, because I have got two hitters at the top. It could be very easily 10 for 2 for me or 20 for 2 with Apple and Ryder going out very early. And then I have got a really formidable middle order. I've got two options in my mind. I think I'm going via the classical route now. I need a solid number 3 pick. I am going to go with Mahela Jayawardene. He used to bowl seam up, and I think he averages well into his 37, 38 in ODI cricket. Has a World Cup final century as well. Really good batter. I am covering up both captaincy and coaching via this. He's a Mumbai Indians winner as well.
You're
as well.
getting into my territory now.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Did
So,
did Jayawardene bowl seam up? I don't
yeah, yeah,
recall that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I will
He
give
did,
you the
he
other
did.
name as well. Yeah, I will give you the other name. The other classical name I was thinking was Yunus Khan. Yunus Khan has an exceptional test record, but doesn't have really good ODI record. I think he was very conservative batter, and both of them bowled, and Mahela definitely bowled as well. So I go with Jayawardene, and that's my team.
Interesting pick, SS. Like Mahela Jayawardene is one I didn't expect you to pick. I thought you had lost that battle of the top order, but a comeback of sorts with Mahela Jayawardene. Now over to you, Abhishek, for your final pick. Is
Yeah,
it going to be a
I think
bowler, a batter?
I think Sri Lanka had quite a few actually. I
Yeah,
mean, Jayawardene definitely bowled earlier on in his career. Like I think
yeah,
till about 2000 at least he must have bowled.
yeah.
1998, I definitely remember that one game where Graham Wicket scored a century against them, where Muralidharan was called for chucking again,
Chucking.
like
Yes,
in
that was
'98.
a series. I think that was a
That was
series
one
down
game.
under. Yeah,
Yeah, so that definitely I remember. There was Asanka Guru Singh. He used to
yeah.
also bowl.
Number 3 again for
Ranatunga
Sri
also
Lanka.
bowled.
Yeah,
Ranatunga also did some bowling, but yeah, I think I'm a more traditional. I have a more traditional lineup in terms of
yeah,
a solid batting on top, and then hitters, and then the bowlers are coming in. Unlike the strategy that SS has gone with, and I'll wrap up with the English, Dibbly Dobbly guy, Derek Pringle. I think
oh, very
he
good
was a
bowler.
pretty decent guy who bowled with a new ball. Again, although he wasn't, or you would call him like a frontline bowler, he still bowled dibbly dobbly stuff. But he used to bowl with the new ball because of his ability to swing the ball both ways and bamboozle the batsman in that way. So I think he had a lot of experience. He was in their World Cup squad as well in the 1992. I think he got a couple of wickets as well in that final. I think he got Ramiz Raja out. I think and another one, I guess. So he bowled pretty decently there as well. So I'll go with him. He'll sort of complete my entire lineup with players from all around the world. I think that I've picked almost. But yeah, I think that was my endeavor right at the beginning, that I sort of create a lineup that will have a decent batsman, more than
Yeah,
decent batsman rather. Uh,
Yeah, that's an understatement when you have Sachin to open the innings.
then decent hitters and decent bowlers as well. So yeah,
I
I think
think
I'm pretty happy with it.
I think quite well balanced. I am wondering who will be my opening bowlers because I need to put Hansi Crony in there against Sachin. But who will be the second one? Maybe Craig Irvine or Harris there.
you
But yeah,
you can
Maybe
also go with
maybe you
Kyron
should just
Pollard.
put in Crony, man. I mean, you should just start with Crony and get
Crony from
Sachin
both
out
the ends.
early.
Yeah, but I think your team Abhishek is much more balanced for all conditions. I would need helpful conditions because if somehow Sachin gets away from that opening spell of Crony, I am in looking at a target of 400 probably against this bowling attack. But then I have the batting to chase it down. So it will be very
Yeah,
exceptional. Win
yeah.
the toss and chase against this team. Take the advantage of the
You
bonding
definitely,
conditions.
SS, you definitely have the temperament to win closer games with Steve Hansi Crony, Karen Pollard. If the game goes close, then I'm betting the money on your team. But I
And probably
think
chase it down.
Abhishek has, yeah, the closer games. But I think, like, in terms of the batting quality, I think Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Abhishek that ways has like strong batters and I think also bowlers with
Yeah.
Gavin Larson, Derek Pringle. I would say just the pure
Ian
bowling
Harvey.
quality also is a bit higher. Ian Harvey, definitely. So yeah, now on to selecting your captains and vice captains. It says, do you want to go first? You have so many options. You can. It's just like you're spoiled with options for the leadership group.
It's like a Pakistani team, man. There's so many captains.
Yeah, I think
Abhishek is banking on the fact that your captaincy candidates won't get well along.
yeah, there could be rebellion in the team. I think I'm good. Especially when you have to manage Jesse Ryder at the top. He might go off on his own run. But yeah, I think on my side, captaincy, I will pick Steve Waugh, my World Cup winning captain, great leader in his own right. So, Waugh. And to complement him, Cronier, I think, as my vice captain.
Those are fair shouts. I think you cannot look past what Steve Waugh did with the Australian team. Hansi Cronier, for however amazing he was, he didn't win a championship with the South African team, but Steve Waugh definitely, like, he completely turned around that Australian side, and we spoke about it so many times that he created a dynasty out of that Australian side. So
Correct.
good picks, says. Who are your picks, Abhishek?
I think hands down it has to be Saurav Ganguly. I mean, I don't really need to think too much about it any which ways. I mean, I don't have too many captaincy options anyway, and I'm okay with it because Ganguly will get the best out of these boys. I'm sure. I don't really need to worry about.
He
And I
will
think
make Steve Waugh
He
wait
will.
at the tosses.
And you know who your opening bowler will be if Ganguly is captaining this side.
yeah, it will be very interesting though. I think I'll say it after my selection of the vice captain, which is obviously I think I'll just go ahead with Tendulkar here because whether he's vice captain or no, he will definitely have a lot of inputs for the team out here. So I'll go with him. Interestingly, guys, I just was looking through the lineups and there is not a single left arm Dibbly
Yeah,
Dobbly guy that we have been able to manage. I think I know one. Brian Strang, if you all
Brian
remember,
Strang of
Paul Strang,
Zimbabwe. Yeah.
yeah, Zimbabwe. He's one left-arm developer. But apart from that, do you all, actually recollect any that might have been there?
Yeah, I think I was thinking about, I mean, names like Bracken and Faulkner were coming in, but Daniel Sams and all these guys, but these are
Frontline
all fast
bowlers.
Pretty
medium.
quick, yeah. 140 and all Bracken used to bowl at
For,
one point.
yeah, yeah.
I think old Indian teams used to have, right? Like we had Eknath Solkar, then we had Karsan Ghavri.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
I guess, could be,
Could be.
because we never had fast bowlers anyway. So, but they were all really good in those English conditions, I'm sure. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, apart from that, I don't really recollect many. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
like no one.
That's an interesting observation. And I was thinking at some point, and do I have a lefty? But then my mid game strategy was like, okay, I don't care about the bowling now. I just need to neutralize with the batting. So I forgot about all the bowling. But Abhishek, this was a super fun exercise to do. I will concede with your stronger batting and with your stronger bowling. I think you have a higher probability of winning more games. But if it comes to some helpful conditions and I get win the toss and chase, I think I will be able to compete well. But yeah, super fun and great to have you on the show as well. I wish
Thank
that
you.
we will do more shows in the future together as well.
Sure, sure.
And for all the listeners and viewers out there, we will link Abhishek's Instagram handle also in the show notes. And hopefully, we will be back with another episode. We might take a short break of a week or two because both AB and I have a small vacation coming up, which we were looking forward for a long time. But this episode will be soon up, hopefully, as early as this weekend. And yeah, see you soon. Till then, keep enjoying cricket. Bye bye.